Good evening, everybody. I am sorry for the lateness of the hour, and I'll explain that in just a moment. But I am on what we call a very short mini vacation. Okay, it's only going to be about a couple of 3 days, and then I'm going to be, out the door, back to work. But anyway, you're probably sitting there going, why the lateness of the hour? Well, there is a reason for this. There really is a good reason. And I am sorry that this one is going to be kind of brief. Tomorrow night, we're going to have a much longer live stream, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Okay. Now, what happened today? Well, today it got to be almost 110-degree heat index. I am not kidding you. What you see today in Comfort right now, nothing compared to what it was this morning. I am not kidding you. It was 110 degrees. No joke. Okay. And then about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, storms came in. And boy, it dropped quick. We were at 72 degrees afterwards. Very comfortable. But that was not the primary reason for the lateness of this live stream. The main reason was I had taken my car in for a major repair this morning, and I thought that it was going to take literally the entire day, and I was probably not going to get the car back till tomorrow. I got the car back today, and I had to wait for a ride because my older sister had to take me to the mechanic to get the car, and it's because of that I didn't get the live stream I wanted to do today. Now, tomorrow, that's a completely different story. There are a couple things. I have to run a couple errands, and I have to take care of a household chore here. But after that, the rest of the day is mine, and I will be able to run a much bigger live stream tomorrow. So that is why I was not able to run my big live stream tonight. And I wanted to apologize for that. And the thing is that because of Danny Watts, because of him, I decided to postpone my live stream. I could have ran this thing all night. Really could have. But I decided because of him, I want him here. So because he cannot stay for the live stream all the way through because it's of the lateness of the hour, I decided to go ahead and wait until tomorrow, and we'll have a live stream hopefully by 7 o'clock. I'm hoping. We'll see. If not 7, it'll at least be 8. Okay, so somewhere between 7 and 8 o'clock at night, we will have another live stream. Yay. So that's the primary reason. There were some other things I had to do today, and of course, I have to do my regular stuff of cooking and whatever and the whatnot. So, like I said, primarily for Danny Watts' sake, and I didn't want him to have to stay up for this. So I decided to do a short live stream tonight and a very large one tomorrow. So what is on the agenda for tomorrow? Well, tomorrow we will be reviewing Disco Duck. On top of that, we are going to be reviewing It's a Winner. Hello, ILR SNC. Hello. All right. Now, tomorrow, not only are we going to be reviewing It's a Wonderful Life, we are also going to review the movie Silver Streak. We're also going to be reviewing songs and some YouTube videos that I have found, and I'm going to review those as well. So there you go. Now, I'm going to explain something tonight, and then I'm going to go ahead and review live for the Video Response Wars. I am going to review a video from Survival on a Budget Made Easy. He likes it when I do it live, so we'll do it live for him. And if Crazy Josh Crazy, you ever want me to do a live on a Video Response Wars, I'd be more than happy to do that for you as well. So just let me know, and we'll do it. Okay. Now, before we get into all of that, I wanted to tell you something. Now, have you guys ever read your YouTube analytics? not on your smartphone. You can do it on your smartphone. You can use YT Creators, and you can use that studio to read it on your smartphone. But have you ever read it off of your laptop or desktop? Well, if you do that, there's a lot more details. And what they do is they give you this pyramid, okay? And the first line of the pyramid says impressions. What is this impressions? This has never been clearly explained until now. Daryl Eves finally got on the air and explained it thoroughly, at least thoroughly enough that I understood it. Now I'm going to explain it to you, okay? When they have that impressions thing, okay, that means that somebody has looked at the thumbnail of your video for more than 1 second. That's a good piece of information to know. All right, so that means that they actually took the time to look at the thumbnail of your video, maybe even looked at the title, but then they just kept scrolling anyway, okay? So the next line down is whether they actually clicked the video or not, okay? If they clicked it, boom, that's great. If they didn't, fine. The next line underneath shows you how long, average-wise, they watched your video. Okay? And these three numbers are very important because what it's actually telling you is, one, did they ever actually look at the thumbnail or the title of your video? Because they're not even looking at that. There's your problem. You gotta fix the title and the thumbnail so they'll actually take a look at it. And then if they didn't click it, that means they weren't the slightest bit interested in what they saw. And that also creates a problem. I bet you didn't know that. But these are things that will tell you information you need to know about your videos. If they did manage to click it, look at the average view duration. You can then tell how long they actually watched the video. And they'll give you an idea of how they responded to your thumbnail and your title and even the content of your video. Because I have often watched videos of mine, they'll click the thumbnail or they'll click the title or they'll click something. They'll actually start watching the video and they'll only watch for 12 seconds or 15 seconds. I've seen this on my parade videos where they will watch 15 to 20 seconds of the parade. What did you see? Nothing. There you go. Okay. So that explains the analytics you're reading. Okay. And you say, well, what's the difference between the teaser cards and the actual cards? Well, the teaser is when they actually display, that lowercase letter I encased in the circle, and at a certain point it displays whatever you typed in there. You like I say, check out lesson 2, check out lesson 3, or something like that, and it actually displays what that message. If they click that, that's the teaser card. If they actually hover over that lowercase I, they actually see cards for that particular video. This also works for the end screens. Okay, if they click a card that shows up at the end screen, that also counts as a card click, not a teaser card click, an actual card click. That's what that's all about. So it shows you whether they actually watched more than one of your videos. And that number for me actually has been going up. So there you go. All right. Now, I'm going to read a couple of comments here. I received a couple of comments in the last week or so. The first one is from James Williams, and he was trying to describe me. I will not tell you exactly how he was trying to describe me, but I can tell you this. I am not a nicotine product, nor am I some block of wood. That comment was not very well appreciated, so you can just about imagine. Anyway, let me go down just a little bit further. I may have to actually go to the video that. We have another person that their name is Balaram Patty. That's how their username is, and they thought that my RF modulator video was very helpful. I am glad it was. Thank you for watching. I hope you watch more of my content. Another one. Oh, dang it. Okay. All right. Oh, stop it. We'll have to do it another way. There's one more comment I wanted to talk about tonight. And I am so thankful that you guys are so patient with me on this kind of stuff. Okay, let's see. Huh. I see. So that comment has been now wait a minute. No, that's not it. Whoops. Oh. Would have been here. Okay. That's better. Okay. Comments. That would be the one. Well, I may have to go to my Gmail and get the comment from there. Again, I highly appreciate your patience on this one. I wanted to get this comment taken care of. It was much better than some of the comments I get. Let's see. People don't realize that sometimes these comments. No, I think that one was. Yeah, that one. No. Back up. I think this is it. No, that's not it. No. Well, boy, I tell you what, this is ridiculous. That's better. Ooh. Oh. This computer can be very slow. What the heck is this computer doing? It's slower than a brick. Oh, that's better. Oh. There we go. Come on. There, that's better. This must be it. No. Oh. Well, dang it. I'm telling you, sometimes this just doesn't work out the way I would like for it to. Um, well, dang it, there's got to be a record of this. I do appreciate you guys' patience with all this because I'm sitting here going, I know. Well, that has nothing to do with anything. I know sometimes I try to track this stuff down. And, well, go away. Sheesh. That's the one thing about these kinds of computers, these Ubuntu, they run slower than the actual. Oh, it might be on the other one. I don't know. Let's see. No. No. It has to be. Ubuntu Linux is just very, very slow. And that can be somewhat aggravating. So, yeah, that's. Oh, come on. Sheesh. Ah, there it is. Finally. Couldn't find it for nothing. Okay. Here's the comment. It's from a guy named Rob, and this is a pretty decent comment. I appreciate all your patience, and if you're on here, Rob, I appreciate your patience as well. First of all, I wanted to tell you guys the fish in my fish tank died the other day. Oh well. If I get a chance, I might get another fish. Who knows? It just depends. Anyway, Rob writes to me the following. He says, Ted, the internet is full of morons who say crazy stuff. I totally agree with you. I really do. He says, you need to calm down, mate. Well, here's the thing. The thing is that I'm usually a nice guy, but let's face it, I'm not a robot. And sometimes when I see a particular comment that's going to have a bad influence on my students, I am going to say something about it. Because what that comment actually was a form of internet bullyism. That's exactly what it was. And I'm not going to have people that are going on my channel learning about internet bullyism. I want them to not learn that kind of behavior, because they'll take that behavior in real life and then they won't understand why they don't get good jobs, why their relationships go sour. They won't understand any of this. And so, of course, I've already left a comment to Rob, and I'm sure he's read it by now. And like I said, I do appreciate his feedback. And I'll tell you one thing: Rob's feedback, as I continue to read this, he has good grammar and good vocabulary, so that's really a plus on his side. And he makes some pretty decent statements, erroneous as they may be. They are pretty decent statements, so that's why I'm treating his comment a lot differently than I treated the other one. But anyway. But the main point is, I don't want my students learning bad habits. I want them to know it really does affect people. There are real life people that run these YouTube channels, and no, it's not going to destroy my life because somebody decided to play the internet bullying card. But on the other hand, I want you to know this was not a fun comment. This was not a good comment that they sent me. And whoever sent me that comment on the funeral reenactment just was not very nice. And so that's why I'm telling you, Rob, when I see a comment like this, I have to take a certain stand. If I don't, then I am doing my students an injustice. And so that's why I said what I said. It says, it's almost like you literally had never been on the internet before when you react like this to some comment. I've had these comments before, no question about it. But like I said, it's internet bullyism. And if I don't take a stand against internet bullyism, and I don't show my students how much of an effect it can have if you try to be an internet bully, I don't drive that point home. They can lose a job. They can lose a relationship. I don't want them to lose either one. And that's why I did what I did. I wanted to set the record straight. And I had every right to do that. And that's what I did. So I thank you for your feedback, Rob. And maybe I was just a tad little emotional about the whole thing. But like I said, I wanted them to know that there are real people that really do receive these comments, and we take them somewhat personally, especially when I don't want my students to learn bad habits. And that's what I said. So again, I appreciate Rob's comment. It was a little erroneous as far as his content, but he had good grammar, good spelling. The comment was pleasant enough. It's just that in that particular case, there is an effect, okay, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. There is an effect, and if you don't realize that, see someone like me, I could just I would just let water run off of me, okay? It's just water in the bridge. But the thing is, not everybody's going to take a comment like that very nicely, and it can have an adverse effect on certain people. So internet bullyism is not a good thing and needs to be dealt with on the spot. In this respect, I am doing no differently than what a teacher would do in a real life classroom and say, hey, you can't do that. And there are consequences to this kind of stuff. And here are the consequences. So anyway, but thanks for your feedback. No, I'm not going to let the thing particularly, quote, get to me. I was infuriated. There's no question about it. I'm not a robot. I'm a real live YouTuber. And that's what I do. So anyway, again, thanks for your feedback, but that's my point of view. Okay. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go ahead because I actually owe Survival on a Budget Made Easy a video response. I actually do. Da, 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 da. And the main reason why I did all this tonight was to give you guys all an update. I felt I owed you one, so I decided to do that. But anyway, let's get into some more pleasant things. I appreciate you guys' patience. All right. Now let's see if I can find the right video. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to just go ahead and review a couple of them because I don't recognize which one he sent me. So I'm just going to go ahead and review a couple of them here, and he can give me the feedback on all this. This was entitled Corn Cob Jelly. I didn't.
Not for another bargain, eats and treats. This time we're looking at Jasper Gift Baskets and Popcorn Company's old-fashioned, home-style canning corn cob jelly.
I didn't know you could.
Learn more about it. I'll be right back.
I didn't know you could turn corn cobs into jelly. That's interesting. I'm very interested now. I mean, I'm sure you'd have to get that thing dang hot, and you'd almost have to kind of melt it or something. I don't know, but that's interesting.
Okay, one last Survival on a Budget Made Easy. Like I said, we're taking a look at the corn cob jelly. I never even heard of the corn cob jelly before, and people that I talked to never heard of it before. But it's 25 calories per tablespoon. And calories per fat is 0. Ingredients: corn cob juice. I even know corn cob side juice. Water, cane sugar, some kind of acid in red, number 40, and blue, number 1. Refrigerate after opening.
Okay, I guess the first thing I would ask is how many ounces is in the jar, and how tough was it to actually get the lid off? I see you're pretty strong, so I would imagine you didn't have much of a problem get the lid off. What could you use as a device if you're not, big bulging bicep person? What could you use to get that lid off if you were pathetic like me? I mean, gee, half the time I can't get the lid off my pill bottles, much less trying to get a lid like that off. So what could you use? That'd be a good question. I'm thinking if you're talking about corn cob jelly, they would have had to heat up the corn cob, and I suppose if they got hot enough, they could turn it from a solid to a liquid. I don't know. You might want to investigate that and find out how in the heck they got that into a liquid form, but okay. I wonder if they put some kind of a flavoring in there. I know they didn't exactly list it in the ingredients, but it would be interesting to find out if they put some kind of a flavor. I know they put pure cane sugar in there, but why would you use corn cob jelly? I mean, what kind of a thing would this jelly flavor? I mean, are you going to put it on toast or what? That'd be another good question.
It doesn't have much of a smell to it. It almost reminds me of like apple jelly. If you get apple jelly a little warm, it kind of gets a little bit runny. Let's go ahead. First thing we're going to do, let's find a cracker in first. Put some on a cracker.
Now, I'll give you some feedback on crackers because when I was a kid, I had my personal preferences on crackers. Townhouse crackers were very good. Ritz were kind of nice if you could actually take a slice of you know how they have those sausage logs and you slice them up. You could take that and put a piece of Colby cheese on it. You could eat it like that. I also liked chicken on a biscuit. All right, I used to go a tasket, a tisket, a chicken on a biscuit, you know, type thing. Or it's actually not on, but it's actually in a biscuit, chicken in a biscuit. I'm not even sure what kind of flavoring they put on there. It was really good. And if you've never had one of those, you should do that. I know you probably have, but I'm talking about my audience. If anybody in my audience has never had a chicken and a biscuit, you should. Very good stuff. Club crackers, yeah. I liked the ones that were just the fancy crackers. I didn't like generic stuff. I really didn't. It never tasted as good. So anyway, just my personal. Anyway, let's continue on.
It really doesn't have much of a taste to it. Try it again. The only thing I'm really tasting is a mild sugar taste. Shoved out the cracker.
Perhaps on something like this, maybe you have to combine this with maybe another jelly or possibly peanut butter or something like that. Might taste a little bit better. You'd have to. I think you'd kind of want to look up, or maybe just ask the company what this would actually work with. That would be an interesting thing to find out what you might want to combine this stuff with that would make it taste better. I don't know.
You can see how runny it is. I don't know if you put it in the fridge if it'll show up again or not. I gotta say, I ain't gonna say it's bad. It's nothing spectacular. It's rather plain. This one is something I never had it before, so I don't know really how to judge if it's a good corn cob jelly or not. You know, it's $5 for a little jar of jelly.
Gee.
But it has a real sweet aftertaste to it. Like I said, it's not bad, but it's not good. So if that said, I'm gonna say a 3 because, like I said, I don't know. This is gonna be my own personal taste. I don't have nothing to compare it to. It's nothing spectacular. It's nothing bad. It's just there, I guess. So a 3 out of 5 for a taste. The price for what you get, I think it's a bit high. I really do. I'm gonna say $3.50 for $4. It's basically an Albany item in my book. So price wise, being a little high. I'm gonna say I have to get it on price at 2. Because it is 3 to be an average price. 2, a little bit high. So that's 5 divided by 2. You're looking at 2.5 stars. I mean, if you just want to try it, just for the novelty of it, try it. I wouldn't go out of my way to try it. But yeah, 2.5 out of 5. Okay, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, and as always, thank you for watching.
So I guess that's my thoughts on it. I mean, I'm not really sure where you got that stuff from. I guess another thing I could ask you on this kind of thing is, What other jellies did you actually see when you purchased this one? Did they have different flavors of jellies? Are you going to review all the different flavors, so on and so forth? Um, I don't know. So that's all I got on that one. Let's see if we can go on here. Let's see. Oh, stop it. Okay, we have another video. It's called Martin State Forest, Indiana.
My Mountain State Forest, Indiana. Let's go ahead and take a look around right after this. Okay, we're going to go ahead and jump back in the car. I'm not sure what all is here. I know there's a campground. There's a mountain bike trail, but I don't have a mountain bike. But we're going to go ahead and take a look around and see what we see. Martin State Forest offers a variety of recreational opportunities, including hiking, mountain biking, fishing, hunting, camping, and outdoor family fun. This outstanding public property is conveniently located in south central Indiana and is close to Bedford, Bloomington, French Lick, and Souls, Indiana. It has over 7,000 acres. You'll find plenty in this outdoor playground. Martin State Forest was established in 1932 with a purchase of 1,205 acres. Fire tower and a small picnic area were soon built. And in 1933, the Civilian Conservation Corps built several shelter houses. 3 fishing ponds were constructed in 1957. Each pond measures 2 to 4 acres. In the mid-1960s, a 26-site primitive campground was developed.
I guess the first question I'd have of this thing is, you said that these 3 ponds were built. I mean, when you're talking about ponds, I'm sure they didn't haul in the water to fill the ponds. What is the source of the water for these ponds? Did they just waited until it rained enough that finally filled it up, or are these ponds connected to some kind of river or something that would feed into the ponds? That'd be my first question.
Property has grown to 7,863 acres through additional land purchases and trades with the U.S. Forestry Service. Most of the land was eroding, abandoned farmland, or heavily overcut woodland when acquired.
Now, you said this land was originally farmland. What kind of crops would they have grown on this kind of farmland? Would it have been wheat or corn or soybeans, or what would they have actually been growing on this farmland before it got converted into this? That'd be another good question. I see there's 3 people in here. I know one of them. Whoever you are, let me know who you are so I know who I'm talking to. Anyway, let's continue on.
10 years of intensive management, including the planting of thousands of trees, countless hours fighting wildfires, and hundreds of acres of selective improvement harvest, and the area has been transformed into a lush, healthy, growing forest.
Another question I'd have is, does this particular place have its own fire brigade in case that there would be a wildfire? I can't even imagine there'd be a wildfire there, but if there ever was, do they have a fire brigade to take care of that?
Okay, our first stop is Martin Lake. Now, like I said earlier, all the so-called lakes are 3 to 4 acres. To me, that's just a pond. But if you look around, you got a picnic table and a little fire ring to grill on top so you can do some cooking. And you got another picnic table down here on the dock. Now, it does look really well maintained, which I'm really impressed. Let's go ahead, walk down here, take a closer look at the pond, or lake, whatever you want to call it. Now, it is a pretty decent size, but they're calling it a lake, and I'd still call it a pond. Over there's a pavilion. Take a quick look at the information board. We're right there at Martin Lake. There's some shelters, a campground, Woodland Education Center, Williams Road, Trailside Shelter, and the fire tower. Okay, let's go ahead, grab ourselves a little guide, hop back in the car, and see what else we see. Now, what I call the pavilion, they're calling the Martin Lake Shelter House. We're going to go up here, take a quick look at it. Now, it is a good size, and as you can see, they have a playground, plenty of seating, some picnic tables. Plenty of...
Adam Renfro, hello, hello. I have to agree with Survival on a Budget Made Easy on this one. That is more of a pavilion than any kind of shelter that they're talking about, mainly because if you got caught in a lightning storm, and yeah, we had kind of a lightning storm here today. It wasn't near as bad as what I hear. It was much worse in Chicago. If anybody's watching from Chicago, I'd love to know what you went through today. Because you had tornado warned storms, and I bet you guys had a lot more fun than we did down here. But the thing is that if you got caught in a lightning storm, I don't know that you'd want to be in that pavilion. I really don't. That would probably not be a good place to go. So.
room for parking. They also have a volleyball / badminton net. Now, I really don't know the difference between a shelter house and a pavilion. Maybe there is none, maybe there is. If you know the difference, please leave a comment down below. We're coming up on the campground entrance, and like I said earlier, it is on the honor system. They have picnic tables, fire rings, place to park. There's no showers, and they have pit toilets. Basically, fancy name for an outhouse. And once again, the area is very well maintained. Over there to the right is some more bathrooms. They have a dumpster for your trash. And please do me a favor. If you bring it in, either throw it away or take it with you. Now here's the area where you register. It's $13 a night. Hours are 11 p.m. to 7, quiet time. So you can't be making a lot of noise during those hours.
Now, I take it that you are given the time between 11 o'clock in the morning and 7 in the evening to actually register. Where would you put your money? I mean, is there somebody sitting out there to take your money, or do you mail it off? Do you charge it? How do you pay your $13? That'd be a good question.
But $13 a night for a camping spot really is not that bad. And the campsites, I notice, are pretty well spaced out. So even though it's a camping area, you can still maintain a sense of privacy. Now, for some reason, this restroom or bathroom is, well, ripped off.
Now, I noticed that you were driving on some, well, I use the term roads loosely because, these are not well paved roads. Did you encounter a lot of potholes? Did you drive over a bunch of rugged terrain? For some cars, that may not be such a good idea. But anyway. All right, let's continue on. It's beautiful. It's totally beautiful.
Then you come to a dead end. Apparently, there's a way back. And I noticed right here is a little trail. And that'll take you back to the shelter house or the pavilion. Okay, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the bathroom, registration area, and playground. I just thought it was kind of nice that they had a little playground here. Makes it for a nice day. You can go down to the pond or lake, do a little fishing, come back, do some camping, stay the night. You have bathrooms, kids have a playground to keep themselves entertained. And once again, $13 a night really is not that bad.
I actually have to concur. Try finding a motel room for $13 a night. Yeah, shoot. This is a good place to be. If you had a camper, could you bring it in there? Because I know some of these campers they have their own little bathrooms, and I know you have to have this hose that comes from your camper and plugs into something. Could you do something like that? I'd like to know.
Now back here is what I think they refer to as a picnic shelter. It's for like groups. Now they do have bathrooms, playground. There's the shelter house or the picnic shelter house. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the shelter house or picnic shelter house, whatever you want to call it. Now, by the way it looks, you have to make reservations. I'm not sure how much it costs, but it is really nice inside. They have nice picnic tables, a fireplace, and they do have electricity, and the lights do work. I did turn them on and check them. I turned them off before I left, of course. But you can have a nice little campfire inside. Kids play on the playground, and you can have campfire cooking at the fire rings. Now over here, basically in the same area we were just at, they have a pavilion, and it does have running water, a fireplace, and some picnic tables. As you can see, the water actually works. Here's a closer look at the fireplace. I'm guessing you can put the fire down here and cook on top. Picnic tables. And there's a path that'll lead back to the campground. Now back here they have a sign showing you which way to go to get to where you want to go. They got Martin Lake, Harvard Lake, and the fire lanes. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and roll on out of here. When I was back walking the path, I started hearing thunder and the clouds started getting to be a storm rolling in. I want to get out of here before it hits. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry I had to cut it short. I know there's a lot more to see and do while you're here. But like I said, I just want to get out of here and get home before it starts raining. Do me a favor, click on that subscribe button. As always, thank you for watching.
Okay. Well, I wanted to thank you very much for making that presentation. And like I said, I kind of owed you for this one. And I guess the other thing I'd like to do is say congratulations for winning the video response wars this week. I know you didn't officially enter those particular videos in, but that's okay. I owed you this one. So thank you for participating. And everything looked good. It really did. So fascinating videos. They really were. And I'm glad I was able to review both of them. And like I said, today just didn't quite go the way that today should have gone, but there you go. But I was able to tell you some of the things that have been going on in my life. And I also want to tell you guys that I am in the middle of watching Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. As soon as I finish the notes on this, I will give a review on this as well. What you guys do not know is that there is a third Bill and Ted movie. It is called Face the Music. It was supposed to have gone out in theaters this month. They are going to put it on digital something or another. I don't know what they're going to do with it. But anyway, I really kind of feel sorry for the people working at Circle K, and that is because there is a scene in this movie about Circle K, and I'm pretty sure they're going to bring that up again. And I'm sure that Circle K is going to have some kind of advertising blitz on Bill and Ted's new movie. And that is going to be a madhouse for the people that work at Circle K's all across the country. So you can just imagine that. Anyway, I also wanted to let you know that I finally finished this book here. And they do mention something called the Pros Bowl. I am sure you have watched a video of mine not that long ago that I mentioned the word Pros Bowl. It is about long-term debt and why you should never get into it. And my teaching about how to keep out of that kind of debt to begin with. Believe me, you do not have to get into long-term debt on anything. You really don't. I have not, and neither should you. Because what it is when you get into long-term debt and you have no way to pay it back. Okay, and that describes some of my students here. They have gotten into long-term debt and they cannot pay it back. That's the real problem. The first thing that goes out of your life is peace of mind. You can't even get a decent night's sleep that way. I sleep pretty peacefully. Even with all the problems I have, I sleep pretty peacefully. But that doesn't always happen. And there you go. So my thoughts on this is this. Don't get into long-term debt. It's not recommended biblically. And if you know anything about the Pros Bowl, if you read chapter 5 of this book, you'll find out how much Pros Bowl was. You don't want to get into long-term debt like this. You really don't. And that's really not allowed biblically. As a matter of fact, there is a scripture in the Old Testament that clearly states that if you borrow something from somebody, that somebody can take collateral, but he can only hold it until sunset. Now, you name one cash loan advance business or one credit card that will hold your collateral for the length of a day. And whether you pay them back or not, they have to give you your collateral back. You tell me one business that does that. There isn't one. So, like I said, you really shouldn't get into debt. And it's all because of the Pros Bowl. And it's clearly stated in chapter 5 of that book. So anyway, I have a new book. It's called Paul and the Law, and I'll be reading it during my mini vacation. I will be getting some more notes ready, and like I said, I will finish up my Bill and Ted review, and as soon as I do, I'm going to pop it up on the air. I'm going to review songs, and I want you guys to know that because of my scheduling problems, because there's a lot of things going on, you don't know all about them, and so I don't always guarantee when I'm going to be on the air or not, and for how long either. What I'm going to do is there will be times when I'll do lengthy live streams where I'll have all kinds of goody stuff and you just eat it up. Then there'll be other times when I'll just pop up for a few minutes and then just do a little review or something and then go back off the air. And that may have to be the way I run it, especially now that we're getting into retail Christmas. That is one of the reasons why I did the review on It's a Wonderful Life. I know I have not done it yet, but I will do it tomorrow. That is the main reason why I did that, is because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have it in time for Christmas. Because when you go into retail Christmas, it really starts about Halloween. Lots of business between Halloween and Christmas, weird, obscure hours, lots of hours, and I may not have the time to do what I need to do. It was just like last year. Well, I don't even know if it was last year, but it might have been the year before. I actually did reviews not only of the Cinnamon Bear, but also of Josh Kirby Time Warrior. I'm sure you guys remember that. Now that is on Tubi, by the way, and it's also on a place called The Archive. If you guys have never heard of The Archive, go ahead and add it onto your Roku. They got lots of great B movies, so you can watch those. The only reason why I added it was because of Josh Kirby. If you pay them $40, you can watch all their movies for a whole year without a single commercial. I don't want to pay them $40. If I had the money, I'd do it. But anyway, you can still watch the stuff with commercials, but commercials just take a long time. I guess another thing I will say is that when it comes to Peacock TV, you still do not have it on Roku. You still do not have it on Amazon. I know Amazon has a Fire Stick. You can't watch it on either one of those. And that, as for the Amazon Fire Stick, I'm not so upset about that, but a lot of people have Rokus, and they should be able to watch it on Roku whenever they want, and they can't. And so the people who own Peacock TV, which would be your NBC Universal people, they should do a better job of negotiating with Roku. And Roku, you're not faultless in this either. You both need to sit at the table and start negotiating this, because we want to watch. Okay? And it's just a matter of when you deal with those free services, there's just lots and lots and lots of commercials. And as for the archive, here's what I will say. I hope that the archive at some point will allow you to just simply buy certain movies. If you like them, buy them, and you get to keep them forever. And then the other ones, you have your choice of just watching it for free with commercials or just actually going out and buying them straight out. I wish they'd do that with BritBox too, where if you saw a program and you wanted to buy it, you could. Maybe they could hook that up with Vudu or with Amazon and do that. I am still wanting Fox News to put their Fox News channel right next to their Fox Nation and just have it as one group service. That way, if we wanted to watch Fox News, but we didn't want to watch a whole ton of other stuff that, let me tell you something. I have no interest whatsoever in MTV. VH1 has been kind of nice, but that's all retro stuff. I can actually watch that stuff on YouTube and not have to watch a single commercial to go along with it. So, I have no interest in MTV at all. None. MTV isn't even MTV anymore, to be honest with you. And VH1, some of that VH1 is not VH1 anymore either. So, anyway, that's basically all I have for a live stream tonight. I will do the huge live stream tomorrow night. I do have a little project. I do have to do a little traveling. But other than that, I really don't have anything to do. So that's what I'm going to do. I do want to thank each and every one of you for watching this. And like I said, if it hadn't been for Danny Watts, I would have run the big live stream tonight. But I felt it was unfair to him. So that's why I went ahead and waited until tomorrow. So, you guys have a lovely evening. I will tell you more tomorrow. Oh boy, I will tell you more tomorrow. You wait. And thank you very much for watching. I will see you all tomorrow night for a big live stream. Unless something weird happens, we're going to be on the air. Hopefully by 7, if not, at least by 8. All right. You guys have a wonderful evening. You be well, and I will tell you more in a future video, so I'd like for you to stay tuned.